NFL. What the? So I'm not going to be showing too many clips of the Super Bowl in this video because, well, I don't want to get copyright struck, but I am going to show one clip in particular. This one.
You'll see James Bradberry. They're going to say he grabs him. He's got his left hand on his back. I don't know. I think you let him play. Obviously, Mahomes thought he saw it. I don't know. I think you let him play, finish this thing out.
Now, whether or not you believe this is holding or not is irrelevant to what I'm going to say in this video. I personally do think that at certain points that could be called holding. It is, after all, a tug on the jersey, and sometimes referees call that as holding. So I'm not going to necessarily be super mad if you believe that it is, or if you believe that it isn't. That's not the point. For a Super Bowl to end with 2 minutes left, call that penalty so all the Chiefs have to do is just run out the clock and then the game is over, is a horrible way for the game to end. Because you didn't even give the Eagles a chance to come back. Now, let me be clear. I do not think that the only reason the Chiefs won this game was because of this penalty. The Eagles' defense did not play very well the entire second half. They could have stopped them at any point. You could have stopped them on this Mahomes run, and we wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place. And they could have done more to stop the Chiefs earlier in the game. I'm not saying that they couldn't have, and I'm not saying that that's the only reason the Chiefs won the game. I do think the Chiefs outplayed the Eagles in the second half, and they probably would have won even without this penalty, which makes this even more egregious to me. Because, yeah, the Chiefs probably would have kicked a field goal or got a touchdown on this drive anyway, and then the Eagles would have had like around a minute or whatever to go down the field and try to tie the game with a field goal or a touchdown or whatever. But we didn't even get to see that ending. That could have been a classic Super Bowl ending to a pretty, otherwise, a pretty solid game. A very clean game from both sides, which makes it even weirder. That was the first holding penalty on a defensive back the entire game. And when you have set the precedent that you're not going to call the holding on defensive backs like this, and you're at the line of scrimmage where contact is supposed to be allowed, you cannot call that in that situation. That's kind of ridiculous. I don't want to call it match fixing, but it kind of is. I mean, just let the game play out. If you really think the Chiefs were going to win regardless, then why even call that penalty? It didn't need to be called in that situation, and all it really did was just put a stand on what otherwise could have been a pretty clean and pretty well-liked Super Bowl. Also, yeah, I know James Bradberry said that, oh, this was holding and blah, 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 whatever. It's also against the NFL rules for players to speak out against the refs, which people have been fined for saying, how dare the refs do this, how dare the refs do that. So he was probably just trying to save his own skin from a fine. And yeah, again, like I said, if you want to call this holding early on in the first quarter, even in the Super Bowl, no one would have batted an eye. But the fact that it was the fourth quarter in the 2 minutes, within 2 minutes, and that was the call, is utterly ridiculous. Almost as stupid as giving the Chiefs an extra down in the AFC Championship game was anyway. I said when the fourth quarter started, watch, the Chiefs won't be penalized at all this quarter, and they weren't. And if you really want to get granular about, oh, well, you shouldn't be allowed to cheat just because it's the end of the game, if you really believe that, then how about this block in the back that happened on the punt return from Kadarius Toney? Where was that flag? This video's over. I'm done discussing this. It was a stupid penalty, a stupid end to what otherwise would have been a fantastic game. Congratulations, Chiefs. You got another Super Bowl, and now stop winning, please. You're turning into the goddamn Patriots. 5 straight AFC Championship games, 3 of the last 5 Super Bowls, 2 of the last Super Bowls won. I'm just saying, you're kind of getting kind of annoying and arrogant. Please stop winning. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. The NFL is stupid, and maybe rigged. Roger Goodell. Goodbye.